ProjectOne Test is a unique testing platform for managing, planning, and executing your test cases. It features two modules, the test library, where you store all your test cases, and in the test run module for planning and executing your test cases. In the test library, test cases are organized by components or a folder structure on the left-hand side. In the test case details, we can define the test procedure as well as the expected results. We can also set up verification points where a tester needs to verify each single step within the test case. There are also workflow buttons up on the top to indicate whether or not a test case can be used for testing. For instance, if a test case is sitting in draft, it won't be able to be executed. Once it has been approved, then we can use it for testing. Environment variables allows for a single test case to be used for all defined variables and can save a tremendous amount of time when it comes to maintenance. When our test cases are defined, we can then move on to the planning and execution of these test cases inside the test run module. Prior to testing, we must first define a test plan which includes the scope of testing and the testers that are involved. During the planning phase, we get to choose whether or not we want to use environments or cover environment choices for testing. On this screen, we're going to select a combination of the environment and its choices we just selected. Next, we define the scope of testing, where my test cases are sitting at. And then finally, we get to choose our test cases. On this page, we get to decide whether or not we want to create testing tasks for these different environments. If I uncheck this checkbox, it just simply means that this test case will not be used for this combination of environments. I could also set it to NA so that if I create another plan that includes these test cases, these environments will never be needed to be tested. Now that we have a test plan, we can begin creating test cycles for execution. We go through the same wizard, but this time we'll be either fully covering or partially covering everything defined within the plan. On the next set of screens, we'll be selecting a subset of everything defined within the plan. For instance, these three testers were indicated for the plan, but for this test cycle, maybe only two of the testers can be used for testing. On the following screen, we have the environment combinations we selected in the plan, but let's just say that only the browsers are ready for testing and not the admin client. We can go ahead and choose just those three. On the next page, this is the location of where all my test cases are in the test library. I can choose to either do full testing or select functional areas I believe are ready for testing now. In this case, I'm only going to select a subset of folders and only a few test cases ready for testing. I can also choose to do agile testing by clicking on development and finding all test cases related to everything I implemented within a sprint. I can choose test cases directly from the requirement folder as well. On the final screen of the wizard, we have our test cases along with the environment variables we selected. Again, I can set whether or not testing tasks are going to apply within the cycle or not applicable for future cycles. The end result is a testing grid for our testers, in which they can click on any portion of the tile to see the details of the test case, and clicking on the button in the middle will pass and fail each of these test cases and the combinations. The test grid not only provides an easy-to-use interface, for testers, but also serves as a visual indicator for the quality within a cycle. For instance, if there are a lot of greens or reds, you can quickly tell the quality is either great or there are a lot of defects that are found. Lastly, ProjectOne Test features quick access to reporting. For instance, in the summary view, we get to see how we're doing for any cycle or for any release plan. ProjectOne Test ensures the quality of your products and releases through an intuitive interface and is fully integrated to your requirements and defects. Thanks for watching.